Harvard announcing accepted students from families making under $200,000 a year will get free tuition. The Ivy League, just the latest school to give free tuition to some students following MIT, Stanford. You've got Columbia, who's also made the announcement, and more who have similar programs. So what do students and parents need to really know about these programs? Joining me now, we've got Rob Franek. He is the editor-in-chief of the Princeton Review. Rob, good to have you here with us. So what do students need to know, and is it really free?
That's the trillion-dollar question, Brad, and I appreciate the opportunity. Well, free tuition is free tuition. So when we think about sticker costs, and we could talk about this all the time at the Princeton Review, total cost of attendance is the big four, and it's tuition, room and board, fees, and books. So if the family is making $200,000 or less at Harvard, that takes care of tuition, which is about $56,000. It leaves $26,000 in room and board, fees, and other costs for students. So just to keep an open mind. This is a tectonic shift, as you had noted, from $85,000 to $200,000. Hats off to Harvard and the other schools that are able to do it. MIT, University of Pennsylvania, starting this trend as well. But again, just thinking about how attractive this is to so many college-bound students and their parents because debt is such a spectrum.
Why do you think this makes sense for the schools, for the universities to be rolling out?
Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, schools, Harvard on down, want to attract lots of different students to their school. And addressing the number one fear for students and parents, which is debt. We've been collecting this information for 13 years now consecutively at the Princeton Review. The biggest fear has been assuming too much debt to pay for college. So addressing that head on, saying, we see you, we hear you, we understand that debt is a big issue for students and parents, and saying that if you're under this threshold, then you should not have the same fears that other students might have. So I feel like doing that is a good move. We should also know that colleges have been doing this for a long time. There are over 100 schools across the country that have different financial thresholds from $30,000 on up. So there's lots of schools besides the Ivy League that are doing this as well.
And so as you're thinking about this, how does this kind of reset the mindset for a lot of people, families, potential enrollees in these classes and in college experiences about what they should be considering when choosing a school and the best schools for their money?
A couple of things, and I'm glad you brought up the question. We talk about this all the time at the Princeton Review. It's about fit, right? So addressing financial concerns is a big part of fit. It's a four-part process. So an academic fit, obviously, campus culture fit, financial aid fit, and career services fit. So we talk about this to make sure that a student's going to be happy not only in the classroom, but engaged in that community outside the classroom as well. And I think taking away this financial, nervousness and worry is a big driver to get to students to a place of confidence and their parents as well.
And certainly. And so as we're thinking about what is really attracting students right now, it's trying to make sure that they're choosing the school that has the major that is going to make sure that they are insulated from any type of economic cycle or change in labor market needs. Which schools are adequately doing that and making sure that their majors reflect what the real economy is moving towards, and what are some of the best majors that might be recession-proof or economic cycle-proof?
Oh, Brad, I appreciate this question. Thinking about what is going to be our students' return on their investment, their academic investment if they're students, and their financial investment if they're students and families, and factoring out what's going to happen through a career development, career resource center when a student is on campus. One of our most popular ranking lists at the Princeton Review is our best career services ranking list. So I think what you're going to find, or what parents and students are going to find, are schools that are addressing career development through internships and co-ops and experiential learning. What are students doing from first year in college through senior year to complement what they're studying in the classroom with an outside of the classroom experience? And this is glorious for students because it's vaulting them onto jobs of substance upon graduation, or onto a professional school and then jobs of substance. And you had noted just a couple of Teflon, areas, career disciplines that students are moving into. Certainly thinking about healthcare workers and education. So we need teachers and healthcare professionals without question. anything in business management, from accounting, finance, marketing, in incredible need. And then also computer science, different verticals for game design, sort of the cross section between art and computer science. We have a new ranking list out on that today as well at the Princeton. So just really good stuff, and I think students can get excited about it.
Rob, I got to hustle to my finish, but I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 quick questions here. Number one, more people applying to law school amid recession fears. Is now the time for people to say, all right, you know what, law school, grad school, maybe I should be looking into that opportunity?
If history proves true, Brad, then that is likely going to happen. Any downturn in the economy, the question of recession, students or prospective students think about upskilling. So moving on to law school, business school particularly, but grad and professional schools in general. So I think we're going to see that moving forward as we move forward in the hard times.
Just lastly here, what needs to be the pitch from colleges, from university, higher education more broadly, in the U.S. education system, especially as you're seeing more of a reconsideration from some of the countries who we've been trading partners with, some of the countries who have sent their students, their family members here, but are noticing that there's a shift in the mindset from some of our political leaders and trying to figure out, okay, how does that translate through to what ultimately is going to be valued and whether or not we're going to stay in a different schooling or education experience?
Yeah, it's a super good question, and I appreciate it. I would say that college is worth it. It is worth it for any number of reasons. And holding up the American model as superlative in that way. Thinking about what students will do with their degrees, they report far lower unemployment rates throughout their career lifetime. They make $1 million+ more. So when we think about just the value of the American education system, I don't think that is going to change as we move forward. And just to remind students of that, that's what I'm doing out here every day, students, parents, and counselors.
All right, Rob, maybe we'll do this from a PJ Pancake House or something next time we discuss.
I'd love it. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks.